Welcome back to the channel. Today we're smashing into the past with a deep dive into the history of the Incredible Hulk video game released for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. We're going to cover its development history, gameplay, differences between versions, how it ties into other Hulk games, and some hidden facts even hardcore fans might not know. Plus, we'll take a quick look at any arcade or international versions that may have flown under the radar. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below your memories with the Incredible Hulk and what games you'd like us to cover next. Your support helps keep this channel going strong. The character of the Hulk first smashed his way onto gaming platforms in the early 80s. His first video game appearance was in Quest Probe featuring the Hulk in 1984, a text-based adventure game for various home computers. But it wasn't until the 1990s that we saw the Hulk in a full-on side-scrolling beat-em-up action game that matched his raw power. That brings us to 1994's The Incredible Hulk for the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and later Game Gear and Master System. The Super Nintendo and Genesis versions were the most well-known, and though they share the same title and core concept, there are some surprising differences. Developed by Probe Entertainment and published by US Gold, The Incredible Hulk was released in August 1994. Probe had worked on several licensed games in the late 80s and early 90s, including Alien 3, Die Hard Trilogy, and Mortal Kombat ports.
2, fight!
Before working on Hulk, they also had experience adapting comic-based properties. They helped develop Batman, the video game on Game Boy, and Terminator titles. In the Hulk game, players control Dr. Bruce Banner, who transforms into the Hulk to battle enemies across 5 stages, including New York City, a military base, and a space station. The game features appearances from classic villains like the Leader, Abomination, and Ravage. The Hulk can unleash various attacks, and interestingly, his strength and abilities change depending on his health level, a subtle nod to the duality of Bruce Banner and the Hulk. If his health gets too low, he turns back into Banner and becomes extremely vulnerable. Back in the 90s, the Incredible Hulk game had its very own TV commercial, and it was as intense and over-the-top as you'd expect from the era. From dramatic narration to in-your-face action shots, it really tried to capture the Hulk's rage and power in just 30 seconds. Let's take a quick look at the original commercial that aired back when the game first hit store shelves.
He's big. He's mean. He's
The Incredible Hulk!
For your Sega Genesis, Game Gear, or Super NES system.
Even though The Incredible Hulk was released on both the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, the two versions aren't identical. The Super Nintendo version features brighter colors and a more detailed background design, giving it a classic comic book look. The Genesis version, on the other hand, has a darker, grittier tone that fits the Hulk's rage a bit better. Sound-wise, the Super Nintendo delivers a fuller, more orchestral soundtrack, while the Genesis offers that raw, punchy FM synth Sega sound. Gameplay is almost the same between the two, but fans often say the Genesis version runs slightly faster and has snappier controls. And visually, the Genesis has smoother transformations from Bruce Banner into the Hulk. Different consoles, different vibes, but the same smashing experience overall. Which version did you play? Drop it in the comments. Here's something many fans don't know. The Incredible Hulk never got a dedicated arcade release of its own. However, Hulk did appear in Marvel-themed arcade beat-em-ups, like Marvel Superheroes by Capcom in 1995, It wouldn't be until The Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction in 2005, that fans really got a fully open-world Hulk experience that many consider the best Hulk game to date. The Incredible Hulk for Super Nintendo and Genesis received mixed reviews at launch, praised for its faithful comic book art style, but criticized for repetitive gameplay. It sold moderately well, particularly on the Genesis, where it found a strong fan base due to Sega's older demographic and love for beat-em-ups. Some classic comparisons include Maximum Carnage, also a Marvel title with similar gameplay structure, Separation Anxiety, Batman Returns on SNES, another side-scrolling brawler with rich visuals. Modern comparisons might include Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, or even Spider-Man on the PS4 in terms of superhero immersion, though obviously much more advanced in scope and tech. So, that's the smashing history of The Incredible Hulk on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. While it may not be the most groundbreaking superhero game of its time, it left a memorable mark on fans and paved the way for bigger, more ambitious Hulk titles down the road. What are your memories of this game? Did you play it on the Super Nintendo, Genesis, or maybe the Game Gear? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next retro game deep dive. And if there's a specific superhero game or retro title you want us to cover next, tell us in the comments below. Click one of the videos on your screen now to watch more awesome game history, and as always, thanks for watching.